With Norwich and Sheffield United, it's status versus form, isn't it? You know, people can argue with me that Norwich and Sheffield United, in terms of finances and recent history, aren't a bottom three team. You can get cross about me saying that. It's an objective fact that they're not normally down there. And if you look at finances and income and turnover, they shouldn't really be down there. The fact that they are is not my fault. It's neither here nor there. But the teams are underperforming in comparison with those things. And if I talk about the status versus form dynamic, I'm not saying they couldn't go down. Luton shouldn't have gone down financially on paper last year, but they did. So it can happen. Don't think Birmingham should have the couple of seasons back there when they had the four managers and the Rooney debacle in Knighthead's first season. So it can happen. I said many times on this channel, 4 things: owners, size, bad luck, and chaos. Any sort of 2 of those 4 things at the same time will relegate any club. Doesn't matter who they are. You can get a complete disaster at any club. That one lightning in a bottle season and down you go. So with Norwich and Sheffield United, I still say if they can just perform averagely for their size, strength and squad, they won't be relegated, which is troublesome then for Oxford, Portsmouth, Blackburn, and then you can probably include Swansea, because they are trending the wrong way and they've got a very big call to make on the managerial situation. What I will say is Oxford and Blackburn, to me, have better signs over the last 8-10 games. I've just seen, we obviously had that 3-game win streak for Blackburn. I think, did Oxford go back-to-back, or did they do a 7-point week? Something like that, when they beat Sheffield Wednesday and Derby in the same week and drew the other game. I haven't seen that from Portsmouth recently. Although you can argue Portsmouth had a bad run. And I mean, the one win they did get was against Middlesbrough, wasn't it? But then I think they played Stoke and Coventry. I haven't got the fixtures in front of me, but various other teams who you could argue, they're either in a good moment or high up in the table. So in terms of it reordering, it doesn't look great if Norwich and Sheffield United do get their act together for Portsmouth at the moment, does it? They would be the ones you'd see moving into the bottom 3. But then again, they could have had their bad run. You really, really don't know. And yeah, Swansea's fascinating. I've written down on my notes here, don't hire the wrong guy. If Swansea hire the wrong guy now, they could be relegated. We talk about owners and chaos, don't we? If you hire the wrong guy and you have to go into another manager, so say you hire the wrong guy, he lasts 15 games and you make another change, then that smells like owners and chaos relegates clubs, doesn't it? So Swansea need to hire the right guy and move back towards the middle of the table where we sort of expected them to be. But 3 teams have got to go down every year, and people get very upset about you mentioning their team. And I'll quote George Ellick, who was brilliant on from Not the Top 20 on my interview I did with him, where he said even the most negative fan at the start of the season says, don't like the manager, squad's not very good, we're in a bad moment here. Where are you going to finish? 15th. Even the most negative fan won't have their team being relegated. But yeah, go figure. What I will say, going through to round 21, you have got round 16, Sheffield Wednesday versus Sheffield United. Round 17, Norwich versus Oxford, Sheffield United versus Portsmouth. Round 19, Blackburn versus Sheffield Wednesday, Swansea versus Oxford. Round 20, Blackburn, Oxford, Sheffield United, Norwich, and Swansea versus Portsmouth. And then round 21, Portsmouth versus Blackburn. And that might actually, I know I mentioned Sheffield Wednesday and Blackburn a couple of times, but for Portsmouth as well, that might kind of encapsulate what we were saying about them having a tricky run of fixtures.